Hello, we are going to shoulder boost today, and I wanted to point out a couple of things we're going to do. The first thing is we're doing Sphinx. So if you'll notice, the elbow will be under the shoulder, so Sphinx. And then we're going to move into Dolphin, where the elbows are going to go up by the ears and the palms will touch. So a little bit of an opening there on the shoulders. Then we're going to go from Dolphin into Down Dog with Straight. We're going to do other things, but that's the movement really that we're going to focus on. Okay? All right, and if you're seeing this on YouTube, be sure you like and subscribe because there's a whole ton of these videos that are going to be coming out, as well as a course in September, which a guest is coming in with me, and it's going to be phenomenal, all about anatomy and nutrition and pro-aging and all kinds of really fun stuff. So make sure if you're finding this on YouTube that you're liking and subscribing, and let's get started. Okay, we need definitely 2 blocks today. And we're going to start on our belly. Make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead. Bring your attention to the area between your shoulder blades. And challenge yourself to be breathing deeply into the chest as well as into the back. Just whatever happened to you before you got to the mat. Just notice. And just let it go. Just breathing deep, finding a pattern of your breath that's equal inhale and an equal exhale. From here, we're going to push the forehead into the hands and just lift the elbows slightly and then relax. We'll do that about 7 more times, just so we can really bring our brain to shoulders, to scapula, shoulder blades. Just lifting what's happening there and lowering. As always, if this is causing you any pinching or any discomfort, please check with your doctor to see if these exercises are okay for you. We all have things we need to work through, and you need to find where your challenge is without being overly aggressive, and your doctor can help you figure that out. 3 more. Beautiful. All right, let's move to tabletop here and do another exploration. So coming into tabletop, as always, we want to have the belly lock in. We want to be spreading our fingers, equal space between each and every finger, and double check that you're really anchoring the index thumb side of the hand down. We are keeping a pocket of air underneath the palms, but this L shape on the hand, that really wants to root down. It's going to help you when you go into more inversions and arm balances. So really learn that habit of pressing that index knuckle down, even though you're contradicting that by keeping the palm lifted. I always feel like it's a Spider-Man hand. You're trying to claw the ground, but that knuckle is down. Now take 5 big, big, deep breaths. See how that belly lock is pulled in and up. And then bring your attention, bring that brain to shoulder blades again here, and let's explore. Instead of doing a pelvic motion here, which is what we typically do when we are going through our cat and cow, challenge yourself just to be moving the shoulder blades. So let's drop the chest towards the floor, so almost like we're hanging on those arm bones. Do you feel how the shoulder blades are moving towards the spine? And then pressing down, can you feel how the shoulder blades are moving away from the spine? We're just going to do that about 10 more times. Drop and lift. So we're not taking the pelvis or the head on a ride. It's just this middle spine here, shoulders away and together. like a moving meditation. Three more. And two. And one. Good. Tuck your toes under, walk the knees wide. We're going to sit back on our ankles, take a block and put it underneath your pubic bone and your belly. And we're going to go to a child's pose. We're hanging off here. Let the forehead come to the floor and take your hands back to the toes here in classic child's pose, Balasana. 5 deep breaths. I've got the block underneath my rib cage up towards my chest. Some folks may want to put it closer to the pubic bone. Just decide where your back is happiest. And breathe. Okay. Pressing the tops of the feet down. We're going to come back up into that hands and knees, that tabletop pose. Fire up those hands the same way. Find the neutral scapula here. So we're not hanging and we're not doing ceiling, kissing the ceiling with our spine. We want to find that neutral. And now drag the shoulder blades towards the ears and towards the hips. Towards the ears and towards the hips. Those elbows are extended. They're keeping a nice straight elbow, but you're not locked. So there's a buoyancy to the elbow. But overall, it's an extension. It's not bending. Just moving. About 8 more. Shoulder blades to ears. Shoulder blades to spine. Down to hips. Up and down we go. We're not doing the cat-cow. We're not moving the spine to the ceiling and the floor. We're just trying to isolate shoulders to ears and shoulders to hips. About 4 more. Feel the fluidity. And most of us will find that 1 is a little bit more snarky. You got a snarky shoulder? I have a snarky shoulder. And release. I bet you're craving a downward dog. I know I am, but we're going to resist. We're going to resist it. All right, come all the way down. Back to how we started. Pillow with your hands and rest. We're letting our body know that we can trust. It can be trusted. We can trust it. It can trust us. So we're taking our time. 3 deep breaths. Okay, Sphinx. Take our elbows towards our ribs and our hands are now underneath the shoulders. Pressing in the thumb side of the hand. I'm going to move this so we don't get anything with our sound. Okay, so we've got those shoulders right underneath our hands underneath our shoulders. Elbows are squeezing in. Find your pubic bone. Now take your toes also underneath so that you can lift those thighs. And we're just going to hold here for just a moment. Just feel the alignment there. Check and see how the lower back feels. Sometimes we feel really open at this time of day, sometimes not. And just rest the forehead. Let's do it twice more. So we're not doing quite a cobra. We're just lifting up just a little bit to see if we can feel this alignment of the skeleton. We're not getting any kind of pinching in our lower back. Still breath is calm, cool, and collected, and release. Last one, fire up those thighs, lift those thighs up, checking on that back, lift the heart up a little bit, squeeze those elbows in. Now keep that lifted and start to walk your hands forward and then start to walk those elbows underneath your shoulders. If this gets too much on your lower back, then maybe you'll back it off or open those arms a little bit. So you decide what's best for you. This is known as Cobra. We're going to take our hands and our elbows equal distance apart, about roughly the width of your armpit to armpit. And we're going to drop the head. We're going to be holding this for 12 breaths. And you're doing quite a few things here. Number one, you're pressing that pubic bone down so that you can keep that lower back happy. If you feel this in your lower back, I want you to back off, come lower to the ground. If you're okay in that lower back, you might even turn those toes under and lift those quads, lift those thighs a little bit. Maybe even finding more of a lifting out of the floor, even chin maybe parallel to the floor. Bring your attention to the scapula again. Do we want it close to the spine or away from the spine? Do we want the shoulders towards the ears or towards the floor? So you got 8 more breaths here just to play. Again, you can drop the head if you'd rather do that. Our arms are in a 90-degree angle and we are pressing into that knuckle of the index finger here. Keep playing with where the scapula are in space. Three more deep breaths. Now notice the way your arms are. They're going to stay just like that, but we're going to take our ears and line them up with our arms. So here we go, sliding down a little bit. Slide your hands where your elbows were. Pull your belly lock in, lifting up to hands and knees. Hands and knees. And dolphin, bring your elbows down again, please. Okay, this time we're taking the elbows right under the shoulders. We're going to touch the palms together. Some of you will keep those exact same positions we just had. Squeeze an imaginary block between your elbows. We're not going to really put the block there. We're going to just imagine it because we don't want it to get in our way. So squeeze those elbows together like you're hugging a block. We're not actually moving the elbows because we want to keep it nice and open. Pressing the knuckles of the index thumb side down. Your head is neutral. And now we're going to take our legs up, take our knees up, and our head is going to go right where our arms are. So our ears are in line with those shoulders. Squeeze that imaginary block between the elbows. Keep pressing the thumb side and the index thumb side of the hand down and see what happens again with the scapula. Will you want to pull it to the spine? You want to find away from the spine, towards the ears, or down towards the hips. Find a neutral. Are you hammocking through the chest, through the heart? Are you dipping? Can you peel your heart off the mat a little bit, sliding it towards the back side of you? You can always come down. Otherwise, we're going to stay for another 8 breaths. What do you notice? Maybe this is super challenging for you. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe you're loving every moment of it. Wherever you are, just notice. 3 more breaths. And gently, gently, gently coming down. Take the block again between your knees and place your belly
or your chest on the block and let yourself drip off. Hands are down by your sides. We have one more big boost here. Okay. We've all been waiting on this down dog, and now here it is. So again, we started here, right? Sphinx. And then we moved to dolphin. And now we're moving to downward dog. So again, Sphinx, downward dog. I'm sorry, dolphin, downward dog. All right, here we go. Everything is the same. Pressing through the thumb side of the hand, turning the eyes of the elbows, those little creases towards one another, really firing up. Shoulder blades away from the spine, shoulders blades towards the spine, finding that pulsing there and find neutral. We're going to go up slowly on the count of 6, curling your toes under. Ready? Slowly. Downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming down. 6. Watch those spines, that scapula. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm so sorry. Last one. Up. 1, 2, 3. Life, right? And holding. Downward facing dog. Feel what's happening. Most of us will go right to an automatic leaky valve, especially if you do a lot of yoga. You've got a big old sway back here in the upper chest. So we want to find integrity. Find that armpit rolling towards the ears. Armpits rolling towards the ears. Press that thumb side index knuckle down and drag your pelvic floor to the ceiling. Oh, very, very dynamic pose here. You want lots of integrity, no leaks, no energy leaks. So you're pulling up, up, up. 5 more deep breaths or come down when you're ready. The whole point of this series is to drop the head, getting as long of a neck as you can. And 3. And 2. And exhale, exhale, exhale. Beautiful. That's a great way to build some heat. Take your time to sit on your bottom for a moment. If you need to sit on something, sit on something. Turn the palms to face up. Gently close your eyes. Just feel what you feel. Okay. Maybe you'll do some stretching out for the neck. Maybe you'll start a whole practice right now. Whatever you need to do. Thank you for joining me today. May it be of benefit to you, and namaste.